Hello.
Hey everybody.
Welcome to the Saturday edition of Picking Time.
Oh, God.
So,
There we go.
it's not working at Picksmith?
Yeah, I had to get off to see my password for YouTube to know to try and so I can see the comments and the chats going on, but it's not working.
I also have stuff that don't work, but okay.
And on my end, everything was perfect.
That's great.
For a change. But as said, we're on a Saturday due to my new work schedule. So happy to be here. Lady Locks forgot that she had a night out today with her hubby. So she's out rocking with the band of her hubby. So I hope she's having fun. She will be here next week, obviously.
Oh,
how do we?
I give up. I give up. I give up. I'm not.
You'll get that one. That one's easy.
Oh Jesus! I'm not technologically savvy.
I'm also really bad at this. Oh man.
But what's the problem, guys? Because everything looked great.
Well,
Yeah.
I was trying to sign up
It's
on a
just-
second device.
Ah,
Okay. So I always have the problem that I have two screens on.
Yeah.
It's a good thing because I think everyone has this problem. I'm online with my PC, so I have the YouTube online
yeah.
to see the chat, to actually follow what the guys are writing, or fellow pickers, and on StreamYard there is a different window, but this one has the sound also, which I can't turn off. There is no sound button. No mute button.
I see. For me now, for me to do anything, I've got to go and get out of here, but it's going to screw up everything as I can never come back and my camera's wrong and I have to disconnect and come back.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I give up. I can't see it. We're living without it. People just
Okay.
have to know what's going on.
I can keep an eye out.
Okay. How do you do it, LockHeat? Do you have two screens on, or
No.
how do you see the chat?
Now you are on StreamYard as a guest, so I don't think you see the comments on the StreamYard side.
Yeah. Right.
I am obviously as an admin logged in, and I can see the chat in StreamYard.
So you need just one window. Okay.
Basically, I
Yeah,
used
yeah.
to, but that's another because if I want to answer under my LockHeat account, I have to do it through YouTube because I'm connected as LadyLocks on the StreamYard side. So
All right.
if I say hi on StreamYard, it looks like LadyLocks is saying it. See?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
If I had only had 10 more minutes, it would have been good. Okay.
Sorry?
Okay. So I also have always this little problem that there's a desync between the StreamYard and the YouTube. That's I still didn't figure out which sound is better to see.
The best thing is to use the StreamYard because that's the most directly one.
Yeah, sure, but yeah, right. I can't turn off this sound because of that. I use the StreamYard one, but if we show something and I watch on the YouTube stream to if someone is explaining something, it's so difficult because it's desynced. I think I should close the window and just follow the chat on the YouTube side and follow the rest on StreamYard. That might be the best.
Okay. On my end, I have, if I can see it, yep. I have one laptop open with the StreamYard, and I have a second one for the YouTube side. So I'm all PC, no telephone. That's also a big plus. I use a webcam instead of a phone for the video.
Okay, so let's start the picking, I think. I
Hi,
have
Aurelian.
something.
I beat you.
I brought something especially for Picksmith. Do you see it? I wanted to show it off because there was some interest in it. And wait, I need to get my light because I forgot to mount it actually.
Can you just ship it to Munich next month when I arrive on the 13th?
You arrive here?
Yes, yeah, I'm coming next month. We're going to Munich and then we're going down into Austria.
Ah, I think you said it already that you would come here. Ah, great.
Oh,
That's cool.
What is?
But if you are here, you can just search your own here. They are not that rare.
Really? Okay.
So I also can write you something later. Right.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Welcome, Rune. Yes, this is the new standard time for picking time. So Saturday is the new.
Okay. I think I have my light now ready. Maybe can you see something?
Yeah, we can.
Okay. So I need more lights. So here we go. So like that, maybe. Okay, so this is a cool lock. It's an old lock from the DDR. It's it's from I think 1970, 80 around this time.
For the ones who don't know, DDR is the old Germany.
Yeah, it's the old Germany. It's a half of Germany. It's the east half of Germany, and yeah, it's it's like what it's called. It was under the control of the Soviets, I think, and it's in that time they had like factories just from the country, from the government, I think it's called. And these factories all build kind of the same stuff, and it's pretty interesting because I also think it's, for example, I have to grab it behind me.
I just love that lock being.
Still have to
Together.
Still have to do a series about those locks. This is also from that time, and it's pretty interesting. Also, I try to show it later. Maybe I can show it now.
It's got to just be a wafer lock from the shape of it.
Yeah, right. Because there can't be pins because of the room you see in there.
Yeah.
So I have to change my. Okay, I have a really small window to show stuff. Don't focus, right? Ah, okay, there's it. Okay, here we come. I got something. I need to cut it open.
Nice job, LockHeat.
Did you saw Lock Noob's short on YouTube about the Mac Light?
Yeah. Oh, you got one?
Yeah, I got me one, yes.
Used as a follower.
It arrived like I thought also always if Lock Noob shows cool stuff like the Mac Light trick, other tricks she showed. The selling rates of those items increased like in seconds. I had some. Wait, I need to get the battery. So, for example, he also showed something cool. Did you saw the short of this thing? Okay, you can't see anything because it's too like this.
What is it?
he made he made a short about it, and it's basically two teeth, teeth. What is it called? Teeth. It's a teeth picker, I think.
A toothpick or a scribe.
Tooth picker. Okay, sorry.
Tooth
Tooth picker. And he cut off the pointy part and put in a pick inside of here. And so you have a travel pick on your keychain, which is pretty cool. And when he showed this short, I watched on Amazon, and it was like maybe an hour or so. I was searching different buying purchase options, and it was like 10 in stock, 8 in stock, 6 in stock, 4 in stock, and I thought, oh, whoa, what the fuck? they were all selling in that moment, and yeah, I thought I get me a cheap one. Also to do this keychain pick, and yeah, you can look up on YouTube his shorts, and he has it there. So
sounds good. Have a nice dinner.
First,
Very cool.
need to put in my battery, I think, and then I can maybe lighten up the keyway a bit.
There we go. That's what we're expecting to see is chicken dinner.
Ah, you have to turn it out. Okay. Okay, I got it. Let's light it up. Can you see anything? I need to turn the focus again.
There
Like
you
that,
go.
maybe. Yeah, I need to get it in like here.
Yeah, we can see something.
Yeah,
So it is just a distumbler lock, wafer lock.
it's a wafer lock, I think, yes. But I don't have on my other wafer locks this. I need to pick first, or I need to pick downside and upside. I can't pick just run on the
Right.
downside.
Yeah. I
And,
guess that's double-sided. That key looked like it was double-sided, so I was wondering.
yeah.
Yep.
So I grab me a big tensioner, just make a little bit advertisement here for Moki. It's a great tensioner. I take this side and get me a Moki pick like that. And you need really to pick it on the low side. You feel like good binding pins, and then you can click them. And now all are springy on the bottom side, and now I have to turn to get to the top pins, and then I have to feel for it. Binder, there's a binder, there's a binder, and now all on the top side are springy. Maybe here's also one. Yeah, no, maybe. Yeah, now all are springy on the top side. So now the bottom again. Like that. Like that. And yeah, you have always to turn the pick, which is pretty cool, I think.
Yeah.
And there's the heavy binder. I think too much tension maybe. No, those are all springy. Springy, and you can really feel for them, and it's also a cool thing about it. And then you have to go the door side wieder again, and now I can't open it. It's pretty interesting lock for that time when it was made.
Yeah. That reminds me of picking car locks when I was starting as a locksmith. Having to pick both sides because the opposable wafers are on each side and they are on separate sides, so you have to pick them away.
Ah, okay.
I love that lock. It's so unique looking compared to anything else.
Yeah, I don't never saw something like that before. Okay.
By the way, welcome, Raven.
No.
Howdy,
Raven.
everyone.
Hi. So,
Good evening.
the most important, most cool of this lock is, I hope you can hear it. It's a shackle spring. It's just like so much force in it, and yeah, it's just to show the rest of the lock. It's just I should put my light on another position that I can show stuff better.
I like how it's from the side.
It's like also here's like a bar. I try to show it. Like that. You see it?
Yeah.
Which is blocking the shackle and hold it in. And I just saw something, but I don't think it's guttable or you can gut it if you open this clamps.
Yeah, it looks like it's just popped together. It's just so
Yeah,
cool.
I think it's popped from the bottom side and top side and then crimped. And yeah, you have like also this, here is this metal bar interacting. And if I put the key in, which is also interesting, it has like this groove here that is just used on one side, so not in both directions.
Oh yeah.
And you can put it in, and then so it's a pretty cool lock. And I think for that time it was also pretty yeah, like high security lock.
Yeah.
Those other locks I have here. Right, I need to change my focus again. My direction, like that. Hard to focus always. So, and I have, for example, like these locks here. That one will get opened if you put in like a tensioner. And these are the same, practically. There's no difference, and also they are really lightweighted, whereas this one is totally heavy.
I was wondering how heavy that was because it just looks so unique.
Yeah, wait. I got me something. Let's measure it. So this lock here comes to, what have we? 143 gram. Can you see it on the screen? Oh,
yep.
Awesome. 143. And for comparison, this one is 267.
Twice the size.
And the size? Yeah, it's a little bit bigger, but it's also way better material. I don't know what this is called. It's in Germany. It's I think Druckguss, Zinkdruckguss. What it's called in English? No idea. I have to Google it. Wait.
I think you mean the zinc alloy. I think.
Zinc die casting, zinc die casting. Zinc die casting, Zinkdruckguss. It's the translation. I put it in the chat. It's like they said. But I think alloy is maybe better. I think alloy is Legierung in German.
Yeah, die casting is just the process of how you form the lock by die casting.
Ah, okay.
But I think
I think it's a die casted lock. This one.
Yeah.
Okay, then it's correct. I never heard that word. I had another lock, but I can't find it anymore. I put it out that I don't forget it, but I have no clue where it is. It must be on the ground somewhere behind me. Nope. I don't see it.
Well, while you're searching, again, welcome Raven. What you picking?
So,
I just got a pile of these Falcon door locks in today, and so I'm just kind of seeing what exactly they're about. I've not really messed with it much.
Small format iCore.
Well, I got the monster that Isaac sent me. It's been a process. I still need to gut it and progressive pin it because
There we go.
frankly, multi-locks scare me.
Yeah, they do it first. This is one of my US. Let's see if I get some light on it. I was going through and cleaning up everything.
Nilco, nice.
Genuine pin tumbler.
Yeah. Spools, brass. Beautiful. I did just see a text from Harry. Is Chris in the chat right now?
Yeah, Chris in the chat, yeah.
Because I brought out something that will interest him. Because him and Rook just recently did a video on Eagle. So mine doesn't have marking on it like theirs does. I have another one that has the Eagle branding that they have. This one just says it's Eagle up on the circle. But I have a key. Doesn't work well because I got it for a trade. I gotta bang it and then it works. I can't pick it yet because there's a sticky wafer. I've got to go through like Rook has done and clean it up. But it's a 4-pin key on this one, but a 5-pin key fits into the lock. But this also has the key blank number. Yeah, 1014 for the 4-pin. And well, this one says 1014 too. Same thing. These old Ilko keys. This one I have was actually, this is a hand filed key. Impression probably. So I figured I'd try picking this one. But I wanted to show them what the key looks like for this one. But it's different than theirs. It's a dirty one. And the other thing too that's kind of neat, you see the letters up there. That's a direct it's a code for the key. If you have the right book, that'll tell you what key blank and how to cut the key to code.
Nice.
Kind of cool that way. Something different, but just to show them. Harry was saying, is that an American barrel? And no, it's not. This is an Eagle. But they're really kind of cool with when you have a working key with them.
This boy feels gummed up. These look like they were ripped out of a bunch of apartment complexes, so I have no idea what condition these are going to be in.
Well, they're probably used, and
they're most certainly used.
they get sticky when they're used like that. I have to try and pick them out all the time, and they're just a pain in the butt. But it looks like somebody had a control key to get them out.
Yeah.
And if they're master keyed, you'd probably be better at picking to the regular shear line too than control. Raking works a lot of times really quickly and easily.
I'm just kind of going through and raking them all to see which ones respond. And the ones that don't respond, this one's got core movement.
And what was I going to say? Top of the keyway tension works better to give you more space inside of those too.
Problem with that is the keyway on these is It's not very conducive to that. I normally only use top tension, but it's kind of tricky on these.
A lot of times on the back of the plug, on the back side of the cylinder, where the two holes are, there'll be a keyway letter on there. So it tells you what the actual keyway is.
I see nothing.
Or if you hold one up when you get a chance.
Come on. Do the thing.
There is no camera. There is no camera. Come on. Paracentric finishes dinner.
Aha. Well,
See?
when in doubt.
That's one of them.
Good one.
What's the? Hold up the keyway real quick for the camera. I'm just curious what keyway it is.
You only get you one that's not black.
My light's in the way too. I still can't see it well enough.
There we go.
Can't quite tell. It almost looks like it's a Schleg C. So it'd be the reverse of it, maybe the A. That one might be better because it looks all bright. But it gets up out of the light.
There we go.
Do mind that this camera is mirrored.
Yeah, there is that.
That's mirrored, so it's reversed.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Well, let's see. I've got a Slage keyway right here.
It's probably an A keyway.
Yeah, sure, it's AQA. Duh.
This looks exactly like my SC1 keyway, but reversed.
Then that's the A keyway, which it is. You can actually, if you ever get one of those key blanks, you can stick it into the back of the Schleg lock of the plug, and it'll fit into it.
Ooh. Oh, God.
Hey, TLP and Captain Ron.
Who else who popped in? Harry Bow popped in.
Oh, hi. Hi, everyone.
There we go. Come on. Yep. Do the thing. Half these feel like they haven't been open in decades.
They probably haven't.
All right, you're loosened up. Oh, that's strange. Once you set the key pin, you can just sit there and wiggle them around. I've never seen that.
What do you mean?
Like, I set the key pin and like it's just sitting there wobbling in its false set. Like,
sometimes Falcon uses spooled control pins or top pins.
come on, get in.
But rarely does it do a false set. It's usually open or not, and it's a real minor false set because they're tiny little spools.
There we go. I finally. You got to like torque it counterclockwise to get it to reset. Oh, he's probably older than me.
And that says a lot.
I mean, I don't know what company I'm in.
What are you showing, Dix?
I'm trying around.
What? I'm just playing around with the focus.
I know, not with the focus. With my light. I need to find a position where I can show something. I think this is a good one. So I have my light now exactly over my camera. Okay, that's great.
Okay. Try the other
And
710.
then I have like a lot of professional pickers here. I can ask stuff today. So guys,
always
make
ask
ready
stuff
to
that
explain barrels.
Oh my
So-
God.
Raven, if you were wondering how many pins they are, flip it and look at the bottom.
Oh, I have
The ejector holes are
6-pin and 7-pin. It was
okay.
in the listing.
Need just to put some mental help here. Let's put it here somewhere.
I've got to like rake them initially just to unstick all of their pins. And even then, this one feels like somebody dipped it in diesel fuel.
Yeah, Cameron. It's every Saturday from now on. At least that's the plan.
Let's see.
All right, so pretty cool. Okay, where do we start?
You tell
You had
us.
some questions.
Okay. I could start with. I think I put out my other barrel lock, as I already opened it.
And you said the word. You said the magic word, by the way. You said question.
Oh,
And here's Isaac.
yes, Isaac. Yeah.
Isaac.
Also Pigsmith, and
Hey guys.
I didn't watch on this. You said he is joining. Hi.
Hi, Isaac.
Hi, Isaac.
Здравствуйте.
How's it going?
I said the magic word. Okay, so. Okay, Brett is asking something. The Moki pigs are awesome. Because before, I have like a little bit of selection I can choose from. So I started with, just a fast overview, the South Odds, which are pretty awesome. Also in around 0.5. The problem on those is they are without handles, and pretty in the same time I bought those. It was at my beginning of my picking time, or picking hobby as picking, and I found out, hey, I'm in Germany, there is multi-pick, and I could buy that from them directly, and so I ordered a set from multi-picks, from multi-pick, which is this one, which is also awesome. It's the Christina Palmer dual gauge set. It has 0.4 and 0.6, but I still had the problem that they are specially designed. They are deeper and round and like a monkey paw, I think. But I got the tip to try Moki picks, and everyone said they are awesome. I had the problem I couldn't get on Jimmy Longs, and then I thought, hey, Moki is also from Germany. I can just order those and try those. And the reason why I bought those in the end was because I wanted to test something with handles. And then I got those here that are the extra flat, which are like a bigger profile in the end, so you can put more force on it. I hope it's not too much blurry. I think I need to focus again, like that.
The best part is the second pick too.
Those, there are different things I really like about them. The handles are awesome. As I used them the first time, I had the feeling like the first time what I do in the pick or in the lock is is like a controlled pick with a multi-picks or without handle in the end. It was always like poking around some kind of, and with handles you have way more control what you are doing. And then there's kind of this profile which has this what is it called, the part here?
That's a tang. So
The
where
tang-
it goes from the handle to the tang, it's like the tang extension off the pick.
Yeah, right. He rounded it off, and this make it way more durable than, for example, the
Barrows or the multi-pick.
The
Yeah,
shoulder, are you talking about?
has like here like a sharp edge, which make it it's like an attack point, or it's like a breaking point if you use too much force.
It's a leverage point in that curve. What it does is it extends out the tang and allows the tang to support better and not bend as easily.
Yeah, right. And as you can see, I think I'm very light-handed because I didn't even bend my first picks, which are the south odds. And all of those are pretty straight still. Also, I think in the end I would prefer the south odds over the multi-pick, but the multi-pick, they did all in the end together better than both of them.
Lockchuck is asking if they are available in the US also.
They
Multi-picks?
are.
I think there's a
At a
reseller.
price.
You just have to buy them over from Europe and ship them here. There's a couple.
Yeah, but I think
people making the handles. But
I think there's a reseller in the US. I think.
Actually, Hooligan keys, because I've got the high pin counts, Mokies, and Moki gave me some of the regular fits.
You mean these, the R-Cup?
Yeah,
All covers are beauties.
exactly.
Yeah, I also got me like not everything, but a good selection of picks. And he said something like, I'm good, I have so much. And I bought the stuff, and like a week after it, I watched his spreadsheet, and like everything, or every second, third row was sold out. I think he got no new stock, but
Yeah.
I think
Sure.
I still didn't got my Jimmy Longs, and I think those are they both are brilliant picks. I think those are way better than manufacturer picks from big companies,
Yeah.
just because of this design, and they are from real pickers, and from pickers for pickers.
Exactly. I love the Moki picks.
Yeah. And if you see the price, it's like I have no idea. I think I bought them for under 100 or lightly over 100. And for example, this thing here, the dual gauge 0.4, 0.6, which always comes with brakes I didn't use ever, like those here. Still just 4 different rakes, but I never used them. This one here also never used it. Those triangles or those what is it called? Diamonds. Right. I barely use this one because they are just too big often.
And that's the whole reason I haven't buy the set for myself yet. There are too many tools in a set that I don't use.
Yeah, right. And I made this mistake, but
That's not a mistake. It's personal because there are lots of pickers that do rake, or for instance.
Yeah, I thought maybe I want to do it later. I watched, for example, videos of who is it? He's called Dakota, or he's also a German picker. Decoder is it? I think he is one of the German best pickers or so. He's also in the Discord on the LPU.
He does like speed picking competitions.
Yeah, right. He was also on the TV shows when he's explaining picking.
He works
and
with
so on.
multi-pick as well, and also he's the moderator in the LPU Discord.
Yeah, right. And he, for example, I think it was he who made a short video or like a promotion video for multi-pick, and then I saw different other stuff on speed picking, and often they use rakes to set the first pins, and then they are already in the full set, and then pick like single picking the rest. But no idea whether that's allowed on a competition. But yeah, I just thought can't be wrong to buy it, and I still use the tensioners, which it's like I just would need like 3 or 4 sizes of hooks and like 100 of sizes of tensioners. Yeah, it's, and also the tensioners from Mokipick, which are here. I just show them off because if you go to buy from Moki, get you some of those tensioners, as they are awesome. Wait, need to get them all. He had like those flat, like pry-bar tensioners, and also these here, which I didn't use so often, but it's just because I don't use, I think it's box tension. I don't like to tension with, I used it for float picking, but yeah, you can't have enough tensioners. I think most here will agree.
Yes.
So
I agree on that. On the other hand, I only use 2 tensioners and 1 tool at this moment for all my locks.
Yeah, that's great. That's totally great. For example, on this beauty here, I found out on this one. You see the little edge. It was because the tensioner didn't fit completely in, and it was a multi-pick tensioner, and it was too much force on the slide on the edge here.
Okay.
And it bends the metal a little bit. It's not destroyed or something. It's just a little edge in it, and you don't want to have little edges in collector pieces, I think. And the last thing, I think, what makes Mokipick stand out, or which my favorite thing, is the pick size. He decided to go with 0.5, and I think 0.5 is, for European locks, it's the absolutely best size for keyways. Also, this here are the they are called extra flat. They have a bigger profile, so you can use more force. And for example, these here are the normal ones. So you can maybe see the difference in the size. So whenever it fits with this big profile, I use it, and if it not fits, I use the normal ones, because I just don't want to bend my picks. And yeah, I found out 0.5 almost fit every time. I didn't have any lock where my 0.5 didn't fit, and also that's why I would say those South odds are better than my multi-picks, just because the size is better. If I would have like 0.5 and 0.5 multi-picks and the normal profiles, not the Christina Palmer profiles, I could be compare them better. But I think there can either be a better help to explain what's the difference. I just can say multi-picks are great and worth the price. Not multi-pick, I said multi-picks.
Moki pick?
Multi-picks, yeah.
Moki?
Moki.
No, Moki. Moki. The other thing that's neat about the Moki is that it has 2 profiles. So when you break one, you take the back off, and you have a second pick for the price of one.
Yeah, it's under here. I would have to screw it off, but in the profile there's a second spare tip.
Yeah, I'm showing
That's
it
also
on my
awesome.
screen right now.
Really?
Awesome.
That's a neat little feature I've never seen.
So you get the primary one, you can put the handle on. I have to buy the handles.
Yeah.
But then in the back is another one that's a cutout. And you just knock it off, put the handle back on it. That's it on all of his picks.
That's too cool.
Brakes.
This is awesome, yeah, right.
Yeah, so
And
he just
so-
does an extra cutout. And now you have 2 picks for the price of 1. When you break the 1, you can make the next one.
Yeah, that's really cool. Also, reason why I thought it's not worth, it's not no waste of money if you buy Mogi picks. So yeah, it's just great, those picks.
Yeah, I need to buy some handles. I saw Hazardous has some new
he
ones.
did cool stuff. Yeah, right. He did like transparent, green, blue, and so on. Really cool.
Exactly, just some clear acrylic with a tinted.
Yeah, right.
I think I saw that on the subreddit the other day.
I can't pick these eagles to save my life. I give up. Go find some new locks.
Don't give up. Okay, so now we can go to my
A lot of
question
times,
about
just the keyway. Where are you picking off of, Kurt?
Everywhere.
Do you have the same keyway?
Yes, they do.
I'm
So,
often
think I
going
figured
off
out.
of this angle, this ledge right here.
I think I figured out why I was having a hard time with these because I just got the second one. I was compressing what looks to be a little sidebar mechanism with my device.
Yeah, no, that's not it's not a sidebar mechanism, that's the locking lug. It's a dual shear line. So there's 2 separate shear lines. So when we're
So I
talking
was sitting there
about,
compressing the shear line.
it actually does tension the core when you're doing that. You're tensioning specifically the second shear line when you're doing that, though.
Okay. Because I just dropped it in my vise a little bit and didn't put pressure on it. It popped right open.
Oh, the lock opened?
Okay.
Good job. Nice work.
Okay, so I have a question.
We may have an answer.
Okay, so I'm currently at after I had picked my Asa 600 with gins and then my Asa 700 with gins and Christmas trees. I wanted to not directly go to the other high black belt stuff to progress. I wanted to learn barrels in general and different pins and so on. And so I took out my Asa 500 barrels and tried it. I can open it, but it still feels too too random for me. On gins I have exactly the feeling, or I can exactly feel with jiggling and testing which pin is springy, which pin is binding, and which pin needs to be setted. And
What
on
you're
barrels,
describing is the reason why a lot of people say that they prefer gins over barrels.
I don't think so. The thing I have to say is, I think the pins by now I had.
Oh yes, no way. Oh, sorry. I got really excited because I got this lock from work. I didn't mean to interrupt. I just wanted to say it's a SFIC lock, and I figured, you know what? I'll just see if I could pick it, see what happens, and because I don't have the key for it and it's in the housing, and if I want to salvage the housing, I'd have to pick it, and I just got it to control, so
Awesome.
that's what happened. So now that's what that locking lug is for, by the way. Jay,
Yeah,
so
you put it. You can write.
so it only
You can
turns
fold
that
it
much
in.
when you pick it to control.
So wait, are these FSIC?
Yes.
I see. Yeah, right.
Oh.
SFIC, yeah.
Oh, I got these for cheap then. Oh.
Well,
Yeah.
That's
the
awesome.
cores are cheap to begin with. They're only like $20, $25 pinned up.
Oh, I got these for 25 for 7.
Yeah, that's what happens when they're used and no keys. They're inexpensive because they're such a pain to work with.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, that's what I was showing you about that ad when I sent you the video.
Yeah.
I was telling you that they were SFIC locks.
I didn't know that. I thought that was advice to get SFIC locks.
No, I was saying they are SFIC locks.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. No, that's good. Good work. You already got one open. It's already a good, good
I got 2
accomplishment.
open.
Oh, sweet. Even
I
better.
got a 7-pin and a 6-pin open.
Awesome. So now keep in mind there's 2 versions of open with those. There's the open where it turns, past 10 degrees or 15 degrees or whatever, but then there's that one where it only turns this much and it can't turn further than that.
Okay,
And
so what's I'm getting that to happen a lot with these. I both got full rotations out of.
So when this happens, when it turns like this, leave it like that, and then look what I did. I dropped, or I guess you have the cores already out, so it doesn't matter. But when that happens, you're drawing the locking lug back. So that's the second shear line.
You've picked it to control. There's 2 distinct shear lines in that lock at 2 different heights in the cylinder itself, depending on what turns. And you'll probably, if those locks
By the way,
are master keyed, they'll pick much more easily to the operation line than the control line. But when
oh, go ahead, Kurt. Sorry.
I was going to say, when they're single keyed to one control key and one operating key, it's easier to actually pick it to control than it is if it's master keyed, because you can have up to 128 combination or 128 shear lines in a 7-pin with a master pin on top of every regular key pin.
So one of the things I've considered, and if anyone's had any experience with this, let me know. So I have the revolver from Sparrows. It's fun, but it's kind of easy.
Yeah, they ruined it, but yeah.
They
used
sell
to be much harder.
They sell a master key set for it that I'm kind of tempted to get.
What do you mean?
Like, it's set up to teach you how to
they're progressive
pin locks for master keys. Yeah.
It's gimmicky and it's over expensive.
Yeah.
That's like $6.
I mean,
we sit there and look at Isaac and I probably go, a bag of pins costs us $2 for 100 each.
Exactly.
When you look at that way, it's less than 2 cents a piece for just for a pin, and it's like, oh my goodness. So $6 for learning how to master key is expensive to us.
Yeah. Well said.
The easiest way to do it is just go ask a locksmith, hey, for the next week, will you just save me all the pins that you discard, whether they're master pins, driver pins, and
there's
key
literally
pins?
no locksmith within 2 hours of me.
Oh, well then.
It's so much I've actually thought about, because in Arkansas you don't have to have any licensing. I've thought about just hanging my shingle.
You can even just order bags of pins, but you'll pay more.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. But if you're going to want to do that anyways, like if you get into making challenge locks and stuff, it's nice to have some spare pins around and stuff.
Well, I've got a buttload of pins from Sparrows, but I feel like Sparrows pins generally only fit Sparrows locks.
They should fit into standards too.
Yeah, I believe they're Schlake sized.
Yeah, there's pretty standard size.
Yeah, they'll be 0.118 in diameter. Where the
By the way,
SFIC you're playing. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say with the SFICs, they're ranked at the blue belt level, but if you can pick them to both control and operating in one take, then they count for purple belt.
Really?
And you don't have to gut them. But you have to
you don't have
single pin pick them. You cannot rake them at that level.
Yeah, exactly. And there are filming requirements for how you're supposed to show. Like, it's not just a matter of picking it and then that's it. You have to show the lock. You have to turn it upside down, show these holes, and spin it around, so that way you can show that the key pins are all inside. So once it's picked, basically, once you pick it to operating, turn it around like this and show all the key pins. And then when it's picked to control, show that the locking lug is moving.
Yeah.
And then if you do that, then it should be fine.
Because it's
I still
very
need to
easy.
send in my blue belt qualifier.
You're
I need
allowed
to
to
send
skip
in any
belts.
qualifier.
Yeah, you can. I've seen people who've went from no belt to just straight to black belt.
That would be me.
Eventually, I need because I spent the money on a Sparrow's disc detainer pick. Eventually, I need to learn how to use that. But I've got a bunch of stuff on my plate between that and the monster Isaac sent me.
Yeah, just focus on dimple locks for now. That's a nice transition from pin tumbler locks, where it's still not so far off, but it's also different at the same time.
Yep. Wow, this one's tough.
Why don't you work on the multi-lock right now a bit while we're in...
Because I literally just got these in the mail, and I'm curious if they even work. That's why I'm sitting here just raking them. I'm generally not a fan of raking unless it's for utility, and that's kind of what we're doing right now is utility.
Yeah, there's typically no security pins in those anyway, so
I don't feel like it.
this is a tough little keyway.
What's it? Mako. The Mako ones have security pins.
They can. They do supply them that way. They've got the, and I've seen them in the Falcons before too. Certain size of the build-up pins are spooled. So I've
I
seen
feel
them in
like
the control line, and I've seen them in the driver pin position.
Yeah. Well, I feel like it's honestly more common to see security pins in SFIC locks for lock sporters than it is for any kind of actual application.
That is true.
What would be the best way for me to clean these up?
Just lubricate them and let them drip dry.
That's the excellent question. What do you use to lubricate them?
I use
Dini?
myself. This is the stuff I use. LPS number 1.
Yeah, that's my favorite one right there. Light body Teflon lubricant that goes on wet and dries to a film.
Yeah, and you literally just put like the smallest little squirt, and it will fix really problematic locks.
Yeah, these are pretty problematic.
They may be that way until you clean them out anyways. You'd have to pull them apart.
The only one that operated smooth was the chrome one, and that's kind of...
You can also use brake cleaner as well.
Really?
Yeah, degreaser or even lighter fluid.
Really?
Soak them overnight.
Because it evaporates very quickly.
Yeah, anything that works like that.
And doesn't leave like a thing behind, basically.
Okay. So I just got about that 10 degrees of core movement. And
so look at the
locking
lug.
Yeah,
look at the actual bar on the side. See if it's been retracted.
Oh, yeah, it has.
So you picked that one to control.
And that means
It worked.
what exactly?
You would be able to
So
pull
that
that
means-
out of the housing if it was in a door.
Okay.
Just like in my example with my Mortis lock here, how I pulled the lock out of it. It was because I managed to pick it to control.
And from control, can I pick it to unlock, or do I
No.
need to go back?
You have to reset.
You can remove the lock and actually spin the actuator physically if you're ever in a situation. Well, I mean, I'm saying this as a locksmith. I mean,
Yeah.
you shouldn't ever be picking locks in use, but you know what I mean. I'm just saying theoretically, if you have access to
Allegedly.
the actuator in the back, then you don't need the lock. So if you can remove the lock, then you don't need to pick it to operating.
Well, the fun thing about Arkansas, where I'm at, is all I need to do to be a locksmith is just say I'm a locksmith. So, which is
Yeah,
weird.
but it does help though if you're ever in a state like that. What you want to look into is first of all getting bonded, and second of all if there's any kind of security licensing, not necessarily locksmith specifically, but just as a security license that you can get with the government, something that just registers you with the government. First of all, it makes you more accountable, and it also makes you more professional. That's you want to be able to tell your customers, I'm bonded, I have a license, even if it's in a place where the licensing isn't, specific for locksmithing.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion. And it depends where you are and what business you have and everything. It really depends. So that's just very specific what I'm talking about. I'm just saying, just to cover your bases before you just randomly get into it. If you have people who are teaching you, and you have good mentors and good, support network, then do whatever works best for your system.
I mean, the most I've really ever done is gotten that phone call from a friend. I have locked myself out of my apartment, car, tool chest.
That is that TLP that showed up.
Yeah.
Hey TLP, how are you doing?
Tired.
Hi.
Hey, Mike.
Hey. Got a call at 2 o'clock in the morning. Someone got a hold of my wife's credit card number. I had to deal with that fiasco.
Got it.
Oh, that's always fun.
I got it. Now everything's stuck. All right. Come on.
I don't know why I had I had an image in my brain. I don't know if an image is the right word, but of LockHeat putting in Kurt's voice. That was easy.
Uh-oh!
That's more appropriate.
Okay. I managed to unlock this thing, and then it wanted to hang on to my rake.
That could be because sometimes it's got a real high cut behind a deep cut, and the rake will hold into it because it won't twist out.
Gummy. Oh, that's disgusting. No wonder this was hard to open. I can feel the resistance. All right.
Welcome to Real World Locks.
Yeah.
Also, the other thing too is a lot of times with keyware and use and other stuff, parts tend to stick together, and it's not always just about the dirt inside of those. At the locks, those things are very fine in their control of them, and they can really cause problems. Not work well at all.
Well, now that I know these are SFIC, I'll put a little bit of effort into cleaning them up.
And those are all Falcon? Do they have a full top cap or individual spring cap covers on top?
Full top cap, full top cap, full top cap, full top cap. It looks like they're all full top cap. That's when they look like this, correct?
Correct, yes.
Yeah,
so
they're all like
one cap that's been crimped onto the top of it, which are easier to get out without hurting springs on the backside, because you can just knock out one end of it and then pry them there.
Oh, like progressively just kind of knock it out and...
Yeah, you'll destroy one spring doing it, but you can, unlike the top cap, you got to replace everything on a little individual cap. And pick it in a lock, I get the difference. Those you use the bottom of them, and we use a special tool called an ejector pin. Stick in that hole, press it against the key pin, press down, and it compresses that whole stack, blowing out the top cap or pushing up that whole full cap that you've got there.
I really did not think I was going to like this
Locksmithing
break.
101 today.
It works so well. It's one of Sparrow's weird little
What rake? is
fancy
it?
rakes. The Wizard, I think it is.
Cycloid, yeah.
I didn't think I was gonna like it because it's got such an extreme wave on it, but it works. Nope, it works real well.
They have real sharp, pointy tops on it. Typically, we call them a Bogota, and they work really well.
Well,
I
like
love
that.
Bogotas for quick picks.
Got that one. Wow! Once I
can't-
stop compressing the control, oh god, that's just not gonna focus. All right. Well, that's 4 out of 7 I got open, so that's not too terrible.
Nice.
Nice. It's that time again.
Yeah, it's a bit of,
Who are we
bit
going
of
to talk
late as usual.
about today?
By the way, where's Jen today?
Jen is her
is-
hobby is in a band.
What's
And
that?
he's having a concert. Her hobby is in a rock band, and he's having a concert tonight.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, cool. He's playing,
Oh,
he's
she-
performing
Yeah,
tonight.
she forgot
awesome.
that it was.
She
And
should
maybe
have
shout-outs.
stayed on live and showed us.
Yeah, could be. maybe she will. But until then, the shoutouts starting with Justin Heron. I believe we mentioned him last week somewhere. So I figured out we do a proper shout out this week.
He's got a
And some
little
really
video.
nice feeds.
Yeah, he's got some good content.
I love those little Sparrows mini mats.
He only has 55 subs, so I think we can bump a few up today. As usual, the link is in the description. Next up is MG Secure. 13 subs.
13.
13.
Oh,
So
yeah.
His videos are really interesting too. Like
He
he
only has
interviews.
13 subs?
Yeah, I thought he had
I
more.
also wonder.
They were the videos he did for his belt.
DMAC did
Oh, I see.
Okay, got it open.
I always,
Sure.
I always get MC
Momentum.
Explorers and MG Secure mixed up. I always do that all the time. And I realized I wasn't the
Yeah.
only one who did that. When
Yeah,
last week I think it was Kurt who did the same thing.
See. Oh, God. Yeah.
Well, you're close, Isaac, because he's very involved
Yeah.
in LPU.
MG or
Explorer.
MC Explorers.
anyway,
But yeah, MG
But
Secure
he's
is
doing
helped
the
to
belts
build
and the Reddit
yeah,
makeover.
Yeah,
exactly.
And in Lock
Oh, he
Wiki,
just
he's
has
done
3.
a ton in Lockwiki.
So-
So there we go.
Where do y'all recommend I send qualifying
Oh my
videos to? I know
God.
there's the subreddit. I know there's the Discord.
Discord.
Okay.
they do watch both.
Discord's the easiest. Yeah. Just go to belt requests.
Hi, Hannibals.
and the last shout out for today is West Coast Pigs.
Yeah.
Lost
One
my
of the
video
older
here.
channels.
468 videos.
Yeah, thanks, my
A lot of
love.
videos.
West couldn't hurt.
There's
them.
very
I
nice
just
content about pig making.
been a couple.
So as you said last week, just
And you
one
put
of
all
the
these
older
Be
channels
safe, Jen.
that's
Have
worth
fun.
checking out.
Jen just let us know that she's driving with her family to the show, and her son has a crazy car that she's worried about dying in.
Oh,
Okay. He was still doing shoutouts. Okay, wait.
Well, that was the last one for today. So the only thing I have to say is our list of coming shoutouts is empty. So if you have someone or a channel you wanted to shout out for next week, please let us know.
Keep redoing mine, LockHeat.
that saved me this week.
You get enough.
Hey, the more exposure for all of them, the better.
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
Oh yeah, Isaac, I tried to drill out that smart key core the other day, and it turns out my bit was too soft, so I just need to buy hardened bits.
Yeah. Are you sure you were aiming at the right spot, at the right because I got confused when I did it the first time, and I was just drilling in the empty hole.
It's a soft pin for sure. It's just I was using some very soft, cheap Chinese bits that.
So yeah, probably just get some cobalt bits.
Yeah, I made a dent in it. If that counts or anything.
Yeah, well, that means that you got the right spot then. I think I need. I'll show me a picture just to be sure if you want, but
I'm gonna need to figure out a way to get the proper lighting to show something that deep.
But just for anyone who's wondering what he's talking about, is the smart key padlock to make it guttable.
Let's see here, my block pile. Hey, look at this microscopic DD lock that I found.
That's nice.
It's so itty bitty. I can't do anything with it. It's so small. Like,
can you show the keyway?
Here, let me get it off. That might help.
I have one that's that small too.
Here you go. Get these for the drill bit. These are cobalts.
I have only that small. I think yours is way smaller.
Kurt, did you say yours was really small?
I do.
All right.
I have
there it is.
Very weird key too.
Oh wait. Okay. No, mine is bigger.
I also have the world's smallest circular lock. I can't even tension it.
Cool.
Yeah. I got it.
I can't relate to you guys. Mine is just really big, so.
I mean, it's perspective. It's all in what you're used to.
It's not about how big the lock is. It's about how you use it.
How you use it?
Let's see. Let's see if my lighting is good enough to show the inside of this smart key lock. God, this thing's heavy. So, hold on here.
You took off the plastic cover, right?
Oh God, yes.
Okay. Mine looks different. Wow, it's so bright.
Hold on. Yeah, bear with me. All right, there we go. So it's that off-center pin with the dent in it, right?
What is that? I never looked in my shackle hole.
You always got to examine your own shackle hole. So
I think I had mine ready. Yeah.
The smart key padlocks don't have a removable core necessarily, but Isaac informed me that you can remove them. You just have to do some magic, because I need to figure out how to make the shim to get that thing.
Yeah, still need to do that still.
I mean, I've got a bunch of shim steel, but I just need to actually fit it.
But I saw videos where they used like a broken pig, kind of.
Well, what I did, I got a feeler gauge set, and I just took it apart.
Okay, nice. Which signals do you use?
I think, well, McNally's, who is like probably my favorite picker, he uses a .012. And I think the one I found that I like the flex on is .019 or .009.
I need to.
You can also star at makes feeler gauge in a spool that you can get it on Amazon. You can get it all different thicknesses.
I don't get what the craze
0.01
is
what?
about this now.
What was your question, Lockheat?
0.3. Okay. Because I can show it. I can show my log later. I think Moki also asked us that. I was I bought always gyms from like lockpicking sets.com or what it is called, and from Sparrows, and then I thought they are too short. There are no other alternatives, so I went out to buy this thing, which is feeler gauge on a band.
Yeah, that's Star.
And
No, it
this
looks
is
like Star.
pretty in Germany. It's pretty cheap. It's like I think 7 or 10 euro. It's 5 meter, so it's like endless. And
That's a lot of shim.
I started with this one. Yeah, I can just make it how long I need it. Like this one, for example, if I need to go from the backside. And then I found out 0.5 is too big. So I started to get the next one, which was 0.4. And this was still too big for my Asa 700. So I needed really much force to push it through. Then later I got this one, which was they are increase if the size gets smaller. So this is like 10 euro or something. That was like 12 euro or 14 euro. And this was like I think 16 euro or something. And from there on, it starts like up to 30 and 60 euro and so on. If you go to 0.2, 0.1, which is totally unnecessary, I think, and way too thin and too unstable to use it. And I think 0.3 is, with together, I would just buy these two sizes if I would have knew that before, because this one here is more stable. And this one is exactly like the material from feeder goat or from shims from sparrows, for example. And 0.3 is really, really good. And
so I have to ask, Dig, because I actually study German for fun. How do you say lock picking?
Lock picking?
Yeah.
How I say it?
How do you say it in German?
Lock picking.
Oh, really?
I don't have a word.
Speak English.
Yeah.
So
I didn't got it. Do you want to hear the German word?
Yeah.
What is it? It's what is it called? It's what is lockpicking in German? Schlösser öffnen. No idea. It's Schloss.
Lockpicken?
I have no idea. I can, for example,
Ja, ik kan er nu niks aan.
this is a German Sportfreunde der Sperrtechnik, so we don't have a real name for it.
Sperrtechnik. What does that translate to?
It's like safety technique, I think.
Ah.
And
Okay.
Sportfreunde is like sport friends.
Yeah.
This is the SSDEV, if you know it.
Yes.
So
I,
they made those deep reach profiles.
Yeah, I have that set. It's in my carry set.
Yeah, right. And this is the full name of those guys.
Oh, that's what that stands for. Okay.
And then, because even the locksmith over in Germany, the word translates, I believe, to like key something, not locks themselves.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Exactly.
What's the name for a locksmith? It's like Schlossinger? No, it's not. No, it.
Schlüsseldienst? What? You use too complicated words. Locksmith is like Schlüsselmeister, Schlüsseldienst.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, locksmith. It's more like a key. If I wanted to translate the German word into English, like one-to-one, it's like key service.
Okay.
Yeah,
There we
that's
go.
what it was.
But we don't have much key service, guys. It's more like here. I often hear on Reddit or read it on Discord, like, go to your local locksmith and he will help out you with locks and so on. And in Germany, it's like our normal supermarket has on the exit like a flower store and a store for magazines, and there directly next to it there is a small shop where you can recut your key with a duplicating machine. And there is there's a guy who can just put it in and sell you or can duplicate, or I can't
Duplicate.
duplicate right, duplicate your key. And if you say something like, hey, can you rekey my, or can you repin my lock, I have here a lock which is broken, he will sell you a new one. He never can repin it, never. There are really, really less. I think we have one locksmith shop or two locksmith shop which are still able to do stuff like repin a lock. So for the next one, I have to drive like 20 minutes.
Wow.
So they are not. Yeah, so I don't. It's in Germany. It's like if someone has a broken lock, you go out and buy a new one. You never go out and repin a lock or repair it.
Yep.
It's totally different here to America. I think that's also why you can buy in America stuff like, for example, just a shackle or something, or a spring, or stuff you need for a lock, for a padlock. Also, this SFIC and LFIC stuff, we don't have it. There is nothing comparable to it. Also,
well, that's not true, because ASA makes Euro cylinders with that SFIC, which is available.
Yeah, it's
in Europe.
ASA is Europe.
It's bizarre.
Yeah, but it's Denmark and Sweden and so on top of Germany, or over Germany, more to the north. And those Scandinavian countries, I have no idea. I had to ask like Jagias, for example, whether he is able to buy a SFIC. I never saw it before I heard it here.
Picksmith, what are you playing with? What is that thing?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a neat little
This
key.
is that little DD lock.
Oh wow!
This is the lock that
What a...
the keyway actually lit a circle on top.
That is trippy.
A little half hour.
Ah.
And so it was given me from my distributor before they went out of business. Clark Security Products, which turned to Annixter, which now turned into Wesco. But it's just a little DD lock.
Huh.
And we're just an American. For size comparison. You guys were asking about a weird DD lock. You never know what you'll find in my collection.
That's awesome.
Oh, come on, get past that.
This is that Starret feeler gauge.
Yeah, the Starret and the Helios are very, very similar to each other.
Yeah, and they just come on these little spools just like this.
Yeah, right. That's cool.
And all I did was take a bunch of different thicknesses of these and then essentially just create and cut up shims in different sizes and thicknesses. So I had different ones to pick from when I needed to choose different.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I did something similar with the things I got from Sparrows, where they come from.
And Picksmith, there you go. Cobalts.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's from the principle. It's the same, just different sizes of gems. I never needed so much like TLP has. Lockpicker 1969, but yeah.
There you go, Picksmith. You've never done me wrong.
Cobalts, they're sometimes they can be a little bit soft. That's the only thing I have to say about them. Is that not soft, but they're brittle.
You're using lubricant when you're doing it, right?
Oh, of course. Yeah, but
That's the same as spit, right?
I knew I had to throw that in there before LockHeat got his little sound clip in.
Yeah, that was really good timing. I'm impressed.
Yeah, I was cutting into a stainless ball bearing, large ball bearing with it because I was trying to make a different kind of tool, and was able to cut into that no problem.
I'm not sure about that. Okay.
I forgot my question. Yeah.
Story of my life.
And Digpic's interview is coming out this Wednesday.
Yes.
Cool.
You said dicks, not dick pics.
I mean,
excavator.
what kind of interview are we talking about here?
Dig's interview was today.
Yeah, right. And yeah, right.
Sweet. That's good.
Yeah. Or no, yesterday.
Ah,
Yeah,
right.
I saw that come out. I got to listen to that.
We figured out how to do it.
Did you guys talk about the beta?
There we go.
Yeah, we talked about alpha and beta, and he's talking about a project he's looking to do now where it's a developing a community lock.
Oh, that's nice.
Cool.
Can you? I need to watch the interview. I think to know more about it.
All right, we got 5 out of 7 down.
So
Okay.
we'll get both Dig and Diggs out of the way in 1 week.
Yes.
I don't have to be confused anymore.
Yeah.
Out of the way. Sounds good. Hi, guy. I need to write it.
So, Isaac, my plan tonight, once I got a little time, is to finally gut this thing and progressive pin it down to 2. See if I can get it.
Good idea.
I've got all my picks altered, so.
Yeah, are they fitting in well? Are you did you test to see?
Oh yeah, they
Do you
fit
know
in
the couple
internal
things
pins
that I was showing?
Yeah, I watched the whole video. I can get my right-handed one to fit in the right side and not hold the pins up. Both flags can fit in the internal pin, and yeah, it's all good.
You might feel like you want to make some adjustments as you practice more and discover things,
sure.
but you might have it on already.
I narrowed down the flag a little more than would fit in there, just to give myself a little wiggle room.
What about did you understand what I was talking about when I talked about like countering like tensioning the opposite direction as you're rotating your peg?
No, that's one of the things I actually kind of wanted to ask you about.
Talking about
So
dimple?
if you look, what's that?
Are you talking about dimple picking?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
Yes.
if you're looking at my
Yes.
my screen right now, you can see I'm picking one right now. I'll wait for LockHeat to pull me up for you to see a bit better. So
You don't get that.
which way am I tensioning right now?
You are tensioning counterclockwise.
Anti-clockwise.
So then that means that if I get a false set on a spool pin, then which way will the core want to rotate when I lift up that pin?
Counterclockwise.
Clockwise.
No, because I'm already counterclockwise. So if I get a false set, it'll rotate counterclockwise. The counter rotation will go in the clockwise direction.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
The counterclockwise.
So it will rotate the opposite of the way you're tensioning.
Like if you're in a false set, if you're tensioning, if I'm tensioning this way and I'm in a false set, and I get counter rotation, the counter rotation will be pulling the opposite direction. That's what counter rotation is, right?
Okay.
Like when you push up on a spool and you're getting the counter rotation there.
Yeah.
So if the counter rotation is pulling this way, then I want to use my pick to help balance that. So if my tension is going this way, my pick, I want to help help the counter rotation by going this way.
Oh, I understand. Okay. So
because if I go the same direction as I'm tensioning, then it'll often lock the spool in even deeper since I'm forcing it the opposite direction that it wants to rotate.
So, okay, I understand. You're using your dimple pick kind of for counter tension to keep the spool centered, correct?
Kind of, but think about it more like, let's say I was picking the lock this direction, clockwise, and I'm picking on this direction. So that means I'm tensioning clockwise, and my pick is rotating clockwise as I'm picking the picks or the pins. I'll still manage to get certain pins set, but then if I fall in a false set, this one isn't the best example because it has serrated pins, but I'll see if I have one here that has spools. I'm not sure if this one has spools or not. Anyways, let's say I get into a false set going the same direction that I'm tensioning. So, no, this one also has serrated pins. Anyways, if I got into a false set, then I tried to pick a pin that was a spool pin, and I tried to rotate my pick into that pin this way. The lock is going to continue rotating that direction. It's not going to allow the lock to counter rotate, because kind of like what you're saying, your pick is actually acting a little bit like a tensioner in a way. It's tensioning the lock when you're picking because you're rotating it, which has rotational tension on the core.
It's kind of, from what you're describing, similar to what I do with like a normal lock that I encounter with spools, because I'll generally try to twist my pick opposite of my tension just to try to get a little more alignment so I don't bind a spool.
Yeah, that's a good example. It's just more extreme with dimple locks.
Yeah.
Because you're literally rotating your pick in order to lift the pins as opposed to just levering them.
Yeah.
Can I ask something?
Of course.
Okay, so whenever I tried on dimple picking, it was more like I tried to find a good position for my flag, and there is like 2 or 1 position where you can really good lever with the flag the pins, and by that there is the decision made in which direction I need to pick, or turn the pick to set the pins, and by that, in the end, I set my direction in which I use the tensioner. Is that wrong?
First of all, which lock are we talking about?
Let's take any lock.
Let's take. If we're talking about like
Goal V90.
So that's what I was going to say. If we're talking about that, then you have pins on both sides, so you're not going to have the choice. You're going to have to go against your tension at some point. But
okay. Can you?
In order to deal with that, you just have to. One tip is go for the side. So if you're tensioning, if you're tensioning clockwise, and you would typically be picking the pins on the. So let's say I'm tensioning counterclockwise, and I'm picking the pins on the right side of the keyway to counteract that.
Yeah.
Actually go for the left pins first, because you won't be in a false set or anything as much, since you haven't picked the ones on the right side. That's a tip. Actually, it's funny because it was Jen who mentioned that to me. That Rain told her that, and it made perfect sense. It was in terms of the logic for trying to avoid having to deal with having to fight against your own tension.
I have to try that first, but for example, I think if I would try on the V18, I think is it, you have still binder, so you have still a binding pin, and if it binds on the right side first, you have no, you can't pick on the left side first, I think, or not?
It depends. Sometimes you can force binders with heavy tension, but sometimes if there's no binders there, then you just have to go with the feedback the lock gives, but just keep checking that left side, basically.
Okay, so
prioritize that side.
Yeah, I got it. Thanks.
Yeah.
I still need to get into dimple picking, but first about get into finger pins, I think. And now I'm into barrels. I have two more
So what were you saying
questions.
before with barrels? Before I rudely cut you off and changed the subject.
I have more questions. A fast one on ads or for TLP. Are you there, Lockpicker 9069?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, so you said you cut off parts for your shims, and then you use those in different thicknesses. Do you also? I started to find out, because they are flat, you will scratch your lock, or it will also be harder to get them in. I fold them around this ejector pin to give them this round shape. Do you something similar, or what do you do?
Something a little bit larger, but same principle.
Okay, I also used my followers once, but I think if it's smaller, you can get a better round. But okay, that was the first question. Okay, next question.
What I like about having shim stock like that is you can really cut the shim to the length you need for different kinds of locks.
Exactly, and it's way cheaper. You have so much in the end. You need to basically to buy it once, and you never need it again.
No, I haven't bought actual shims for locks in a couple of years.
Yeah, right. Yeah, for example, those shims I bought from lockpicking sets, I just basically bought to get over a certain limit that I don't pay shipping. I fill my cart just with shims.
An add-on purchase for convenience.
Yeah, right.
Spend more money to save money, I feel.
Yeah, that's right. That's the trick. Okay, so I think I forgot the other question again, but I think it was a barrels question for Isaac or for the others also. For example, I picked by now, I think, all the standard pins, spools, serrated, gins, Christmas trees, and I think barrels, I heard a lot of people saying barrels, I don't like barrels, for example. No, I heard them say that, but I think barrels are by far, by now, the most rewarding picks, because it's so rewarding to give this little more force, and you kick out the last barrel out of the milling, and then the lock opens. It just feels good. I don't know whether I only have the feeling, but on gins it's like you set it, and then you think, it might open, and then you turn and it's open. But on barrels, you are constantly using force, and by that you have this loud click, and then it opens.
Yeah, it's like every single time you set a barrel, it's like,
Yeah, it's really cool. I think I like barrels, but I also like gins because the feedback and so on. But for example, I just opened my Asa 500, and I think I kind of understood no more, because I had a very weird feedback because I found out that the last pin need to set really deep. After that, the false set got deeper, and after that, the binding of those other pins in the front was way better. And so those are binded actually, and I had pins which don't jiggle anymore, and I just set those not jiggling pins, and yeah, I opened it without oversetting anything. I think I go to my V10, which is also just populated with barrels. But I think I answered myself a little bit about the feedback question, but I still think it's way less noticeable than, for example, gins.
My strategy for barrels is because what I find that it's like what you're saying, it's very ambiguous kind of what's going on. What I like to do is I just like to be a little forceful, because honestly it's very hard to overset barrels. Once they're set, if you're using heavy tension, it's very, very hard to overset them. So I just because if they overset easily, then that means they're not binding and they'll drop back down into the counter milling or back down into the plug easily. So what I do is I use heavy tension, and I just kind of like, I don't know if you know the method, it's called bitch picking, where you just kind of like go like that. So I just kind of vigorously go through all the pins, just to lift them. I'm not trying to actually set pins, I'm just trying to get them up. And then what happens is a lot of them get set into the counter milling, and eventually you'll get them all either into the counter milling or some of them maybe even set. But then you'll feel like they'll start to give you a lot more defined clicks after you go through them a couple times.
That's the method,
being a little bit forceful to get them up. I find it's like a timing thing too. Like if you can get them all up together, and this is a similar method that what I was using when I was practicing on the Goal Z, which I still haven't gotten, but I took time off from it because I don't know. I've been focusing on other things, work and other things, but what I was getting while I was making progress with it is that they kept ping-ponging back and forth. So I had to almost speed up my like going between the pins, try to go faster between them. But also with speed, you lose precision, and without precision, you're gonna make more mistakes and knock things out of position and all of that. So you have to learn how to be fast and precise to kind of go through everything. So maybe bitch picking isn't necessarily the best explanation, but it's a good kind of visual of kind of what it looks like, because you kind of vigorously go through all the pins quickly, but you try to be as precise as you can.
This what you call bitch picking is I think it's this method I used, but it feels like kind of random picking, like random testing pins, and by that you set the pins. But
that's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
What I'm saying is I'm doing a very deliberate thing. I'm trying to get all the pins into the counter milling by
I do that too.
Just pushing, just going through them, pushing them up. The feedback's going to be so ambiguous at first because of the shape of the barrels. The only time that you start to get more defined feedback is once they're all in the counter milling. So I just figured to myself in my mind, I was just like, why waste time trying to methodically get them all into the counter milling when they're not even going to overset anyways? So just kind of be a bit more vigorous with them and get them into the counter milling, and then you'll start to feel more feedback.
That's a different version of bitch picking than what I do.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Bitch picking isn't necessarily the best explanation because it is very deliberate what I'm doing, and I'm not just randomly going through. What's that?
I said no. I'm
single pin
bitching at the lock, all right.
So it's like two people talking at once.
I'm bitching at the lock, all right.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I do that kind of bitch picking a lot too.
I find if I yell at it, it opens easier.
I found when I started with Asas, I found raking till it got to the minor falset. Then you can just pick 1 or 2 barrels out, whether
Yeah.
it had
Yeah, that's a
countermilling
great
or not.
example.
Easy.
For example,
Yeah.
it's like whenever I start on a new pin, it's like I first watch. Can I end my sentence first?
Yeah, sure.
So,
No.
okay, it was
Cole, you
like
may not.
it's always like I watch Artichoke videos because he explained some things so good, and I think Artichoke videos about barrels and gins are the only videos which are existing over how to explain with the cutaway and so on. And he explained barrels like the same in the first step as tapered pins, where the same tips you need to, or the same advices with much force. What did he say? He bouncing the pins a little bit always and so on. And I set those pins in the milling, which is there's still a binder, I think. So you go with the binder and you set it into the milling and the next and the next. Sometimes other pins came up, but yeah, that's like it is. And after you got all in the milling, you have really strong. It's like stuck in the milling, the barrel. And if that happens, you have a really strong binder which don't move at all. And for example, on my pin, on my lock, there is the third pin, which is so. What is it? It's a deep cut on the key, I think. It must be a deep cut. So the pin is really high up, and it starts in the milling actually, in the last one. And if I touch this pin later on, after I got into the full set, I directly overset it. But if you use that only happen if you use less force. So I have the feeling if I tension it, I have all in the milling. It's like I have 2 binder. It's always the third which is binding heavily, and the one of the others. And the third one is like kind of never the pin which need to be picked. But if I just test it with a bit force, you would feel it whether this needs to be set, because you also have like a little bit counter rotation when a barrel went out of the milling, and this counter rotation you can feel, I think. And then I just used a little bit more force, still much tension, and you feel like counter rotation, and it's out of the milling. And yeah, that's basically how I do it. I can open my ASA 500 now up to the V10. Should be nothing different, but maybe better tolerances or something. But yeah, now you can do your what is this?
Giveaways.
Giveaways, yeah, nice.
Well, it's nothing much new this week. So the first ones are the usual suspects, like the Lockpicker 1969 is still doing his bundle giveaway.
Show 600.
Yeah, it'll be running until the.
So far.
Sorry, 11.
11 entries so far. Lots of great rock collections out there. That's been awesome to see them all. Chris is.
I'm trying to get
is
mine
like
done for
Shangri-La.
You have so much to give away. That's awesome.
Yeah, Chris's lock collection and Joe Fox. Whew. Man, the antique lock those two have.
And it will be running until the 3rd of June, if I'm correct. The link is in the description as usual. LadyLocks is due for a new giveaway soon, so do check out his channel. He popped on the stream, but I think his phone overheated or something. But he's gone already. Then Pocket Holman is still Pocket Woman is still doing her Lotto Luck Tuesday monthly giveaway. Just share a video on Tuesday with a Lotto Luck, and you will be entered if you do the hashtag, of course. Then theoretically, Shakir is doing a 100 subs giveaway, making some custom pics. We're still waiting for the new videos in the series, but in the end, she's gonna give them away. So do check out her channel to be notified. And then a new one for this week, D-Mac, as I'm put up in the chat. He's doing a multi-pick review and a giveaway. So we want to get this nice, I believe it was a Palmer set.
That is a 13-piece.
Ah, that's nice.
And the only thing you have to do is comment on this video and subscribe to his channel. So it's easy to enter. And it'll be running until the 27th of May. And those are the giveaways that are running on at this moment.
Why? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just cursing my locks. I need to clean these before I single pick them.
I was just gonna ask. I was looking back in the chat. What's that?
I was asking if he did Coxie's picks. 800 sub giveaway.
His giveaway?
Is he doing a giveaway?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, Coxie is doing an 800 sub giveaway where you either or pick a lock behind your back.
Do handcuffs count?
No, but
I think handcuffs count.
handcuffed.
Oh no, I know.
Van
That's the
I guess not.
Well, you could pick handcuffs; it'd be good too. Yes.
I mean, that was the first thing I learned how to pick when I was a teenager was handcuffs behind my back. Got to learn your party tricks.
That's right.
So you can't do handcuffs behind your back?
You could do handcuffs. Any lock passed.
Okay, so there you go.
Problem is, I don't think I have a set of handcuffs anymore.
That's open.
I don't know. At this point, that orange 1100 I've been working on, I could probably pick that thing behind my back. I've got that thing down to 3 steps.
There have been people picking lever locks behind their backs. That's what Chris did. Nick's Picks did that. He did a lever lock handcuffed and then got the handcuffs off.
That's cool.
Jack Fox pick. I forgot what he picked. It's a lever lock as well. It's all been super quick. It's been like 2-minute videos. It's been crazy.
Eventually, I want to learn how to do lever locks. I just have enough on my plate right now.
LockHeat. Where else?
Now I'm still looking why I have missed the Kakis video. Well, I can't find it as fast at this moment.
Okay.
We don't have much to give away this week due to the Lady Lock being away and most of the stuff that is available for the giveaways is on her end. So I think we're going to stick it to a sticker pack this week.
Perfect.
If you want to be entered, just leave a message in the chat if you haven't done so. 25 different people already did. Should I give you a few more seconds? But I think that everyone already does.
I wish you guys could see this. I've been picking those old block so long, my desk is covered in shredded brass.
Yeah.
God.
Up in there.
Oh, nice.
So without further ado, I think we just going to draw.
Who is getting stickers today?
Chris!
Chris.
And Chris.
Chris is our second guy this week.
Put sticker the other.
Congrats, Chris. Well, I think Lady Locks has your address, so we will send something to you.
Perfect. Congratulations, Chris. When a lock cracking sticker is not big enough, you get more stickers.
He asked for a reroll.
I side. Okay, you do a reroll. You're still afraid we're gonna send even bigger stickers?
He
than
doesn't want
Lightning
more stickers.
There's no such thing as too many stickers.
You shoot.
Next one.
Yeah.
Captain roll.
Red's Captain Ron.
So anyone got any tips for Abus 7240? I've heard all of Isaac's tips and videos. Anyone else got any fun pointers before I throw this thing through the window?
I always start all the way in the back.
That's my cue to be silent.
Well,
Can you get to the fall set?
no,
You'll get that one.
that's the crazy thing. Like, I cannot get this thing to fall set.
Pin.
Really?
Do you have the key?
Yes.
Yeah, Abus always uses a standard in their first pin. Their
Okay.
first driver is always a standard.
Yep.
And
Yeah,
a lot of times pins higher than you expect. And 240 actually have to release all tension on in back to lift everything enough so I can get to the false set.
And what helps me is light tension.
So what?
Yeah.
Because once you get to the false set, the spools are real things.
Yeah, those spools talk to
That's
you.
why I was wondering what you're like. And I like top of the tension keyway personally.
Yeah, me too.
But I know a lot.
You have just more ways than to pick. More room.
Sometimes you do have to move some of the pins in the back to get to that fall. But that is what you're looking for to begin with to start everything.
Oh, there it went.
There we go. DS.
And don't forget to check if you already have it open.
Mule DS.
But that's not that much the problem
True.
on Abus 7240 than on Americans,
That's
for
a-
example.
Silver one there. And which keyway do you have? Do you have the Avis keyway or the Yale type keyway?
I'm not sure what the difference is.
The Yale
can
one is
read-
thinner. I think he has the Yale one.
One's wide open and
Oh, this one's. I had to get SDev picks to even get in this keyway.
And
The
the
Yale.
Avis one spells Avis on the keyway.
well, that's
Kurt, your mic is cutting
also
out.
part of your other trouble. Well, let me see. We'll even.
That boy.
Yeah, see, a dev won't even. No, it can lift through there. Okay.
Oh, I can get it's. I got working room with the dev pick. A lot of the reason I got the dev pick is the high low on this.
See, and I pick off the shelf even with a high low. Just using 19,000 in.
Yeah, and try to keep the tension as loose as possible because you.
But if you can. Yeah, the biggest thing is finding that in the falls. Then
Kurt, we can't hear you. Your mic is cutting out.
Hunting.
Kurt, your mic is breaking out.
Is
Breaking
it?
out.
Okay. Yeah, I made a bad connection. We're starting to have troubles with internet over here.
Oh, that's too bad. We've had smoke here the last week, basically, from forest fires. Last Tuesday, or on Tuesday, it was like super, super smoky. It was yellow outside. And then it cleared up by Friday, but then today it got really smoky again. It's crazy how much it actually like makes a huge difference and impacts people's health and in general.
Mm-hmm. I remember in 2011, I was living in Texas, and that's when Bastrop set on fire, and for like a week, the sky was gray in the middle of the day, and you couldn't breathe outside.
Wow.
And here, now I live in a place where we do controlled burns, and that's fun.
Yeah, I think that's what they try to do here, so this doesn't happen. But then it's just so hard to control. Like it's so hard to do that, and for there not to be other forest fires. Still, there's just so much forest in the Rockies here and everything.
The
So
one
those were
thing
all
I
the
can say
multi-rocks
about
that I brought
Arkansas,
up.
they have they got good forest management here.
So, Jay, I brought all these multi-locks out to practice and sharpen up, so that way, when we go over it together, I'll have my.
You're all brushed up.
Exactly. So while you're doing your 7 SFICs there, I had 7 multi-lock got through.
I only got through 5 of those FSICs. The other 2, I think, are too gummed up.
Oh, I see.
So I'm just gonna end up soaking them all, and cleaning them up.
Hey, again. Welcome.
That was a
Is my
successful.
mic working better now?
session.
Maybe again.
Yes. Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. Because I need to get moving. So I
figured if it works, I'll say goodbye. If not, I'll just black out.
Well, what, you
thanks for
got it
joining.
working now? Like, now that you got it working, you're gonna go? Now you can, like, give us
Yeah.
the whole story.
I wanted to be able to say goodbye. I will miss you all until
Now
next
you can
week.
serenade us.
No, I'm not a good singer. That's like asking for pain.
If someone loves
mean-
you, you don't have to be a good singer.
We all pick locks here. I think we all have a thing for pain.
Well, I can leave you with the most important part of lock picking. Trampoline.
What?
Trampolining. Where you trampoline your lock. That's an even blur bad joke.
What's that? Hold on.
Okay. Everybody have a good weekend. Rest
Didn't you say
of
you were leaving?
the weekend.
Yeah, thanks, Big Smith.
Fine, whatever. Have a good evening, guys, or a good day.
Take care, Pixis.
Take
Thanks
care,
for joining,
buddy.
man.
It's always good
See you
to
next
see
week.
or always good to hang out with you. Yeah, Chris was saying they always try to try to control, but often get an operating fire. I get it now. It's a joke about fucking SFICs. It took me a second. At first, I thought he's like being all smart. He knows some stuff about forest fires and is like talking about them. And I'm like, oh, that makes sense. It hit me a second later. I was like, oh, wait. Squiggle, you can just like take a bunch of those things then, you know, the housings that are all springy, and combine them together, and then you can make like a super spring, a super trampoline.
Also, a thing I think I noticed. Come on. Is it possible that the full set on a? It can't be possible. I think. If I think about it, because the barrels are the same, I think, on the 500 and the V10. But it feels like the full set on the V10 is way smaller than the full set on the other 500. But I think that isn't possible, right?
No, that is definitely possible.
But why? Because the barrels are the same.
Yeah, but you have the sidebar as well. And the sidebar, when I picked my V10, I had to pick the the barrels, then go to the sidebar, and then I think I had to go back and finish off some of the barrels after. So it doesn't isolate necessarily.
Yeah, right. But I don't have the finger pins in right now, but the sidebar is in. Can that affect the barrels?
Yeah, the tension of the sidebar, because there's still springs pushing on the sidebar trying to bias it towards the center. So I think that does make a difference. It's very small, but when you're actually talking about inside the lock and what you're feeling and
you're
stuff.
right. So if the sidebar wouldn't be in, there would be a deeper fall set, kind of.
Yeah, but like I think it's also that the when they manufacture the Maximum and the Maximum Plus and the V10 and all of that, they manufacture them at higher tolerances and like better than their average lock. So that could be it as well.
Yeah.
Since it has been mentioned in the chat, we have a new challenge.
Oh, yeah.
Blue Whale Challenge.
The Blue Whale Challenge.
Pick a
What's
lock
the Blue
from
Whale Challenge?
You pick
I think.
a bunch of locks
supposed-
from white until blue within
Yeah.
10 minutes.
You can be over
Oh.
10 minutes, but if you do under 10 minutes, you get a golden star on the patch. So
I thought it's
other
like
thing,
you have to
if
like
you are
look up Blue Whale on Google Images or something.
if you are under the first 100, those get a patch from Brandino, I think. always mix those up with the R in it. It's Brandino, I think, right?
I don't know if I have any orange belt locks here or anything, but I could.
You can
try to
do a
see if I
higher.
could do-
You can do a higher lock if you can do it still in the time. He said.
Wait, what's a? Oh, so you can just do so it's white belt, yellow,
It's white belt
orange,
and blue belt,
green,
but if you have,
and
for
blue.
example, yeah, right, one of
So that's
each.
5
But
locks. So if you do like 5 blue belt locks, that's fine.
I don't know whether. I asked for one exchange because I thought I don't have an orange or yellow. I would have done then other 600, for example. But he said it's possible, but to be all exactly with the rules, you have to use the right locks. But he is how he's saying it. So if you do it with a higher lock, he will give you the patch. He's happy to give you the patch then. So just ask him. He's really communicative, and you can just ask him that, and he will answer you. Yeah, you can. So do 5 black belt locks in under 10 minutes, then you are good.
I have an idea, but I could potentially try.
The most interesting thing, I watched all those videos the guys are uploading for the challenge. The most interesting thing is always the white lock, because the white lock can be random lock which is not listed. So it can be everything. The blue block is by now mostly the Lockwood, how it's called. It's the 334 B45, which almost everyone is using, or the Packlock 98 Pro. But you can take everything else. I took my ASA 500 because I don't have any blue belt lock without tapered. And taper pins, you just need so much back and forth that you don't can do a really quick pick on it. So I decided to go with my barrels.
I'm pretty sure wiser locks and quick sets are ranked at yellow belts, right?
What?
Wiser
Which
locks and quick sets are ranked at yellow. Pretty sure.
Quickset kit could be, for example, the Quickset Smart Key is, I think, purple. I don't know about the other locks. LockHeat is also getting together the locks for it.
Let's see if we can do it live.
You can do it live now, and you need a timer for it. I can put my phone up for a timer if you want, or simply do your own
I'm pretty
timer.
sure wiser and quick set are ranked at yellow. That's what I was saying. Okay, so I think I have the 5-1. So this would be the white belt lock, just a random Chinese one. And then
Chinese is white belt.
this would be the yellow belt. This would be the orange belt.
I think LockHeat already started.
What's that?
Just
What do you say?
You can stop, and I can start a timer if you want.
And then this would be the green. This would
let
be
me
the
warm
blue.
up.
Warm up? Warm up is okay.
Sure, I'll give it a go.
Should I stop your time, Isaac?
Sure.
Okay, wait. Then start. I say start, okay?
Okay.
Start.
It's the white belt one.
20 seconds.
There's the yellow belt one.
1 minute now, so 40 seconds you needed for that.
I'm still on my white.
I thought about not to take the easiest white and yellow locks I have, because I just wanted to use the locks exactly on the list, and yeah, I just used that what I had around. Unfortunately, there was a Abus titanium in it.
There's nothing wrong with it, I tell you.
Right, it is wrong. The feedback is just different.
Okay, it's my spare then.
I swear this 1100 changes its keying on camera.
Yeah, that's normal on what is it?
1100.
Yeah, 1100.
So
American. Just out of interest, which lock do you use for blue belt, Isaac?
I have the American 1100.
That isn't blue belt. It's a green
Or
belt.
no, for the blue belt, I have a kryptonite. Sorry, kryptonite
nice.
discard.
I thought the 1100 was blue belt.
Was, yeah.
It was originally, not anymore.
It's not anymore. Yeah. Pretty interesting. He Brandito Bandino also did his blue belt in his in the announcement video with Disc Detainer. I think also Kryptonite, if I remember correctly.
Honestly, I'm worried about this Yale taking me a while because these guys can be tricky. Oh, I think I'm close though.
I needed quite a few tries because of the barrels as a 500. And I'm just not that used to barrels.
There we go.
Like,
I got the orange done.
Yeah, you are at 4 minutes now. Close to 4 minutes. You use pretty much force on the 1100.
It's done.
You use much force on it, right?
Yeah, I like to use heavy tension on them.
Oh, nice. I heard most of those guys are using feather light tension.
I kind of have to mix up on mine.
That's interesting.
Oh, come on.
Okay, I need to do the finger on the stop button, I think.
Well, this one might take me a minute or two. We'll see if I get it.
It was
started always the hardest part.
For me, it was like having. I needed for every lock kind of a different pick and a different tensioner, and so I had everything prepared to grab it really fast. And then I watched like Jim's video of it, and he was like, he started the timer. Okay, let's look. I take this lock and those picks here, and where's my tensioner? And he searched like 30 seconds for the tensioner. It was really good.
You just use the same thing for everything?
What?
He just used all the same tools for all the locks?
No. He is always exchanging, and he is always searching on his desk, and I have everything prepared that I don't lose time. Because I knew that that this SR500 will take so much time to pick it. For me, actually. Oh no, it's closing.
Yeah, I can't even open my white belt. But then again, there are mini locks.
I need to send somebody my little mini tubular lock. That thing is the devil. Let's see. The key for it is shockingly tiny. Like, I've got no tensioning that can actually do anything with it.
Oh, come on. I won't stay online.
All right. Okay, so this black 1100 I'm messing with, I can get it into its false set.
Mhm.
Once I get it into this false set, I cannot seem to find which pin is the last one. I was convinced it was number 3 for a while, but I don't know exactly what to do at this point. Because all of the pins feel stiff.
You don't find any jiggle pin with the switches bouncing?
Uh-uh.
Yeah, right. As Chris Cocoon said, play with the tension, reduce it. Reduce the tension to feel.
Very subtless one.
I need to start over again.
Oh my god.
You got it?
Did you open it?
Yeah.
Congrats. Nice.
Oh, nice work.
Nice job. Yes.
That's only the 4th time I've gotten this thing open.
Did the lower the tension trick help?
Yeah, kind of. The only thing I don't like about these Genesis tension tools is I don't know, they don't respond to lightning tension very well. They're great for heavy tension, but because I'm normally very good at bouncing my picks or bouncing my pins. Like that was like the first skill I learned as a picker was how to bounce that tension. Because I had a master lock that I learned that if you bounce the tension on it, you only had to go for one pin. That's the first time I learned that master lock was a security risk.
Can you show the tensioner near the camera that I can see the shape from it? So it's like a Z-banded.
Yeah, it's the one that comes with the Covert Instruments Genesis set.
Yeah. I also have like those from Moki, I think, but I pretty fast discovered for myself those here. I like the pry bars very much because
I really like those, but I'm left-handed, and it's kind of my problem because I don't know if you've noticed, I tension with my thumb, and
I tension with everything, like how it works like.
Well, weird fact about me, I can't feel half this hand. So if you ever notice me like holding my pick weird with the bone hand, it's because I can't feel these 3 fingers that well. I can't see it, but I sliced some tendons about 10 years ago, and now I have a little bit of a wonky hand, and so I can't really tension with that finger anymore. Plus, the left-handed thing's kind of a trick when it comes to clockwise tension. I've tried picking right-handed, but that's just one of those things that's a no-go with the right hand.
Yeah. I just think if you you can't work with the tensioner, or the tensioner might be the problem, I highly recommend try those pry-bar styles, because
I have.
Those have a direct. There is no bending in it, which make
these
the tensioning more directly.
I have these guys from Sparrows that I picked up that are that style.
Those heavy pry-bars, or how they are called.
I don't have any heavy bars, which
Or
I do
flat
want
bars,
some.
or how they are called. Flat bar, maybe?
Flat bar. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, the main reason I even bought this set was because it came with the tubular tensioner on it.
Yeah.
That, and I like that it comes with combs, even though I've never really used the combs on these.
Yeah.
Then enter the Lock Show 600. Then giving away a full set of the Sparrows top
Heavy
front.
bars. I might have to do that. How do I enter?
It's pretty interesting, because for me it was the Blu-ray challenge. Generally, every challenge is like, oh god, I can do it. Oh god, I can do it. The tension is so high that you get sweaty hands and can't open anything anymore. I was so much struggling on the yellow belt lock. Did you go with it open, Isaac?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
And I was, I probably should have chosen the FMJ or the other one that I have, but that's fine.
What you
I'll
want
just try it
to
again
have.
another time. Next week.
But yeah,
Yeah.
to enter the giveaway, Raven, you it's the Lock Show 600. You just have to do a video showing your lock collection.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's good. I can do it. I would be so long at it if I want to show my collection. So, LockHeat, you say I can't participate in this challenge? I really have to search all my logs if I want to do that.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, and I just say it this way, because of the amount of stuff in this and the weight, I did limit this to the U.S. However, I've had a lot of people from outside the U.S. say, hey, can I do it? And if I win, then can I choose someone for you to send it to? And I said, absolutely.
Who's talking? It's the lockpicker in 1969, I think.
Yep.
Which is it your giveaway?
Yep.
Ah, you have like a box. I didn't follow all those giveaways lately.
See, LockHeat, he wasn't listening.
What?
Yeah, exactly.
No, I got distracted. Sorry.
Now, it's funny, I've been struggling with this black 1100 so much. I still have a blue one I've never even touched. Like, I'm not letting myself touch it until I learn the choreography of this one.
All right, all, I'm going to head out. You all take care.
See you around.
See you.
Have a good one,
Okay,
mate.
Thanks for being.
Ah, nice. Tomorrow isn't Monday. That's cool.
Yay!
That's the cool thing about the new time.
It's fine. My Monday's Tuesday.
I stopped the timer, Isaac.
What's that?
I stopped the timer now.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. Like I said, I'll try it again next week, maybe with the FMJ.
Hey, sure,
My hands are tired. I think the smoke is getting to me, and I've just, been tired lately. And also, not to mention, I did pick, I don't know how many locks this while I was here
Yeah.
the last couple of hours.
Yeah. I also know it if you get tired tenants. So now I try to get on my other V10 again. So I think my problem is this barrel back here, which might be a problem for me. So spitting is also what the hell? That's 1, 2, 3. That's
Right.
why I have on 3 and 4 this feeling that those are totally stiff. What the hell? How to get it? 6?
That bidding looks like somebody took a bite out of it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's 6 pin now. Yeah, it's an awesome bitting, I think. But I learned high cuts mean also that those pins are nearly not interacting with the security features.
Wait,
Those
does that
two.
thing have 2 stacks of pins side by side?
This one,
Yeah.
it has finger pins. They are still on my... Wait. I get them. I get them. There you have them.
Ah.
Wait, like that.
Huh.
I can zoom if you want. Do you want to
I
zoom?
can see it.
Wait.
And I can make it even bigger if you want.
Yeah, I was already zoomed in. That's why.
Ah.
Like that. Pretty hard to show because you see it maybe from this side. I turned them all to the left side that you have the serrations.
Oh, look at that.
So those things are interacting with the sidebar, and the finger pins are on the other V10 are all the same as you see it. I think just the finger pin position might be. You need to correct me, Isaac. Kind of left, mid, or right, or just left and right. I never watched into it.
Which lock?
An Acer V10. It might be left and right finger pins. But
No, it's not. It's just there's different heights. Don't worry about left
okay.
and right.
Yeah, different heights, but the sidebar has like the bitting. The sidebar has like fences in it, and those I would call it fence at least. Those go into the true gate of each finger pin.
Yeah, but you just have to worry about lifting the pin. They don't rotate.
Yeah, right. That's why I started with my V10 instead of my combi. Okay. So. And yeah, that's the key of the V10.
Get in there.
I still love my camera. So, let's get back to it. For example, I can show you this plate in really close. Okay, let's go. Let's get back to it. I really wonder whether I can reach this last pin with that thing. Or I need to get in with this thing, or even with my pointy picks. But just from the look, it looks like it's possible to do it with this. But I really have to go high in the skiway. That make it pretty complicated because it's so tight. Interesting, but it's so deep.
I just saw in the chat everybody who is encouraging me now. I feel bad because I didn't finish it. So my hands are tired.
It's also interesting. When I started with picking, it was like I felt so bad if I can't open a lock that I on that day, and I started to think like I need to get it open now. I need to get it open, and so I started to force more with the pick, force more with the tension, and had the feeling almost that I break my locks. And after that, I was really frustrated, stopped picking at all, or not at all, but for the day, and started on it later on the next day. That can become better when I got to the higher ranked locks, where you are like, you don't get open on that day you start on it. It's like you need to proc pin it, you need to learn the lock, and everything got better since then, because if you can't open a lock, or like Isaac say, not the open of the lock is the thing which is important on a step or milestone on picking. It's more about figure out just setting the pins. Each little step in it is like a rewarding thing.
Exactly.
Okay, now Isaac, say it in your words.
Oh, you said it perfectly. That was good.
Okay.
That's kind of how I felt about my 1100 when I first got into that, because I felt like I should be able to, for some reason, just sit down and get it.
Yeah.
But it wasn't until I sat down and progressively pinned one and actually learned the profile and behavior of one that.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, this black one I never progressively pinned. I went at that fully pinned.
The thing with disc detainer locks is you have to hold everything perfectly centered the whole time. It's very tiring on your fingers if your fingers are tired. But it's good. It's really good way to strengthen the muscles in your hand.
All right, guys. I gotta take off. Nice hanging out.
Nice having you.
Thanks for being here.
I will try to see y'all next time. See you guys.
See you.
Take care, buddy.
Take
Yeah,
care.
take care. See you.
I think my problem is a deep last pin on this. It's so bad boy, this lock. I really have to figure out the last pin. I think I start proc pin it, maybe.
Hey, Conrad.
Okay.
Oh, hey, Conrad. Welcome. Just in time to
Hey, Conrad.
see the end, probably.
I think it's all the ones are set. I just have to find a zero cut disc.
do you want to end it, LockHeat?
Well, I don't want to end it, but
What clock do we have? 1, okay.
except
Oh, there we
my
go.
hands are getting up.
Now it's open.
Nice.
It took me longer than normal, but that's what happens when my hands are tired. So
Okay.
but now I have to use this lock for the contest. Conquer it.
If you want, yeah.
All
So
right,
sing
you
it.
want to call it? Are you tired?
Yeah. At least my hands are. Same as yours.
All right. Well then, let's call it, and I hope everybody has a good week. Are we gonna do impressioning time on Tuesday?
No. Impression time is finished because she opened it.
Nice.
She may be doing some impressioning, but it will be on picking time.
Oh, she got it open? What do you mean?
I believe she got it open.
When?
You believe what?
And she got it open, but it was only with 2 pins, I believe. But
Oh,
it was enough
yeah.
for her.
Didn't you
Yeah,
also
no,
want?
but we're still saying that we're thinking about maybe doing impression. I don't know what she was wanting to do, so I don't know.
Me neither. But last thing I heard was if she wanted to do something, it will be during picking time, probably.
All right, well then, have a good week, everybody, and I'll see you guys next week.
Yeah, see you guys next week. Thanks for joining. And remember, it's on a Saturday now for once we're doing the rewatch. So I hope you join in next time. I hope Jennifer will be there also. And thanks for having. See you guys all next week.
Yeah, thanks, everyone.
Bye.